Before she was killed as Mukuro Ikusaba, she was killed as someone else.
Means that among the people we thought were dead, one is still alive.
The two of them may have switched places from the very beginning.
But too bad for you, Monokuma. You can't deny it anymore.
Wait, so this whole thing was a setup from the very beginning?
If that's true, it was quite an elaborate plan to be sure, making it look like Mukuro was Junko.
The reason such an elaborate plan was possible is because the two of them were working together.
So Mukuro, the ultimate despair, teamed up with someone like her. In other words, it would be fair to say that Junko herself was also the ultimate despair.
What's wrong? Lost the will to fight back?
I think he's just afraid.
Afraid? What's that mean, afraid? Fear is only possible where hope is possible. I only have despair, so fear is an alien concept to me.
Oh, I mean, that's
Why haven't you
fair.
been saying anything?
Because we are right.
Because it's a bunch of nonsense. Junko's my secret identity? As if.
Then why did you try and protect Junko's real identity?
I tried to protect her identity? When did I do that?
We still refuse to admit it, but he can try to deceive us all he wants. It doesn't matter. We've already figured it out. He tried to hide Junko's identity, and not just once, but twice. First time was during our latest investigation. No, that's not. Shoot. He tried to hide Junko's identity, and not just once, but twice. First time was during our latest investigation. I don't know what it was. Could... the DVD?
I got it!
What? How
While I
did
was
that
in the
make
AV
any
room, watching the DVD of our interviews with the
No,
headmaster.
man. It wasn't just the monitor, the DVD player itself had apparently turned off, which of course meant that the DVD wasn't playing anymore. What the heck just happened? Oopsie, looks like it broke, out of service. What? It just happened to break just now? Now then, when doesn't matter. Failure can strike anywhere, anytime. That's what failure is, right?
You made sure I couldn't finish watching the video. And the reason you did that is because you didn't want me to see the real Junko, did you?
Oh, yeah! If everyone was in that video, of course Junko would have had to show up.
And if Makoto saw the real Junko, it would have been totally obvious that the Junko we met was an imposter.
That whole power outage thing was just a fluke!
No, it wasn't a fluke. The mastermind definitely orchestrated that power outage. That was not the only time he tried to hide Junko's identity. The mastermind tried to cover up one other piece of evidence. I gotta reveal that.
What? What do you want? What? What do you want? Are you sure about this? You're getting all riled up! That's impossible! want? That's impossible!
No, 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 no. Wrong one, wrong one, wrong one. No! Why does it take so long to change the bullets? Why does it take so long to change the stupid bullets? Why wasn't I paying attention and just pressed? Whatever, it's alright.
What? What do you want? What? What do you want? Are you sure about this? You're getting all riled up! That's impossible! What? What do you want? That's impossible!
There we go.
This should prove it.
It takes so long to freaking change the what's called. I missed my chance. The
The
bullets.
video wasn't the only thing you tried to cover up. You did the same thing with this group photo. Uh-oh. I noticed it just a little while ago, when we were all comparing the photos we'd gotten. In all the photos, there's a certain similarity, an unusual circumstance.
What's so unusual about them?
Junko is turned around in all of them, isn't she? Yeah, we couldn't see her face.
I got it! Junko's face. The one thing common to every single photo is that you can't see her face.
Freaking Taka.
It's hard to believe her face would just happen to be hidden in every single picture, don't you think? And on top of that, in this photo, you can see that Mukuro is clearly visible. So in other words, at that point, the two of them hadn't switched yet.
Yeah.
With all that in mind, there's
All
no
of
doubt
them
that the
Mukuro
girl
was
whose face
visible.
is hidden here is the real Junko. Which is why you had to have pictures that didn't show her face. Because if we could have seen her face, then it would have clearly revealed that the Junko in the pictures wasn't the Junko that we knew.
Yeah. I missed that. I'm not gonna lie, I missed that, but I think you're kind of intended to miss it.
Xanadu!
I believe everything Makoto said is true.
Well, cause I'm big brain.
Junko and Mukuro switched places before we met either of them.
So she killed Mukuro, who had taken her place, making it look like she'd died. And the real Junko is still alive.
And she's the one behind this whole murderous situation. This killing game. She's the true mastermind and the ultimate despair.
Xanadu times 2!
With this, the identity
Yeah.
and the crimes of the mastermind have been exposed.
No, wait, hold on!
Don't bother trying to deny it. There's no more room
Yeah.
for debate.
See, now
You
that
don't have anywhere
now all
left to
that's
run.
left is trying to figure out the mysteries of the
I'll
school.
prove everything right now.
Close it. I'm assuming that's gonna go right there. Um. That's gonna go there. Okay, so not sure. It'd be right here. And then her walking in. From there, it would then be this, that, the body, bomb blowing up, leaving that. Okay,
Here's
I
exactly
think I
what
got it.
happened. We met the ultimate fashionista, Junko and Oshima, right after we all arrived here. But that wasn't the real Junko.
Yeah.
The girl we saw before us was actually the 16th student who had taken Junko's place.
Yes.
And that girl's name was
easily.
Mukuro Ikusaba.
Which is weird to think that we...
But it wasn't long before she died at the hands of Monokuma. In other words, the mastermind, Junko and Oshima. Her body was kept in a biolab, which had been converted into a morgue until Junko decided to put her body to use. Junko dragged the body out of the biolab, using the tarp to carry her to the garden. She fabricated the murder to try and frame Kyoko, who'd proven to be one big thorn in her side.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, she wanted us all to think Mukuro was still alive and hiding somewhere inside the school.
No, I didn't lay out my reasoning right there. Okay. Here, it's gotta be that. It's gotta be the other way around, doesn't it?
Here's exactly what happened. Meanwhile, she wanted us
Okay.
all to think Mukuro was still alive and hiding somewhere inside the school. So she put on a mask and then attacked me. After making sure I'd gotten a good look at the mask, she left the room.
And then...
Then she put the same mask on Mukuro's body. This was all to make us think the person who attacked me and the corpse were one and the same. She wanted us to believe the murder had only recently taken place.
Which would make sense why Monokumas were deactivated, because she wasn't in the control lab. She was trying to kill someone.
Finally, by strapping a bomb to the body, she was able to destroy any remaining evidence. She needed to hide the body's true identity. She had to make sure we didn't find out it was actually the same person we'd met in the beginning.
Yeah, so wait, so why do we have a class trial then
This is
for
the
it?
truth behind Mukuro's murder.
Well, I guess we did...
And the one who carried it all out is the true mastermind. The one controlling Monokuma. The real Junko and Oshima.
Easy.
That's the whole story behind this incident. Well, what do you have to say to that?
What? Are you broken again?
You can't get out of this, so don't even try.
Why is...
Come on! It's time you finally revealed yourself!
I think she's gonna
It's not
come
like you're
out.
an endangered
What's it called?
species or something.
I think that we're
How
all like
long do you plan to keep
badgering
hiding?
on Monokuma right now, but then she's just gonna like walk
Give it up,
out.
Junko. The game's over.
Over? Did you really think the story would end once we reached the climax of the case? Wrong! There's still plenty more to go!
Junko Enoshima, Ultimate Despair.
We've been waiting so very long for peasants like you to appear. If you swear your fealty to us, we will reward you with half of the entire world. We've even drawn up the deed already. We will grant you honor, status, in some of our home cooking. Have you made your choice? Will you serve under us?
Oh, did you
Oh, dang.
think I was being serious? Sorry, I was just messing with you. It's been so long since I've had an audience. Even I'm not sure what kind of role I'm supposed to play.
This is the mastermind. She's the real Junko Enoshima.
Anyway, looks like I've finally been set free. Having to play Monokuma all the time, day after day. It was like I was stuck in purgatory. Or like a slow suicide. I get bored so easy, you know?
Well, then why didn't you reveal yourself from the beginning?
Huh? What about my face? What's wrong with my beautiful face? People have told me I'm cuter than 100 chihuahuas combined.
I feel like this isn't the first time I've seen you.
No, I do remember seeing it. I'm sure I've seen her too somewhere. It was definitely before I got this. Sure. you can always switch.
Shoot!
Um,
I got it!
before arriving at the school.
That's right. It was before I ever came to this school. I remember seeing a magazine cover. And you were on it.
Wow.
Yeah.
You have a pretty good memory. I guess that's why you've made it this far, huh?
So I was right. Then what you told me in the main hall when this all began.
Seen her on tons of magazine covers, but I feel like that doesn't quite match up to reality. Huh? Oh, you're talking about like cover photos and junk? Oh, well, of course, those are all totally photoshopped. Photoshopped? Yeah, you know, edited to hell and back with like computers and junk. Oh, so they aren't real?
Sometimes a little lie is necessary to keep things moving along. Wouldn't you agree?
I don't know if I
That
like
explains
Junko.
why she didn't quite seem the same. Because she was a different person all along.
I'm me. And Mukuro is Mukuro. She tried her best. But there's just no way she could have passed as the ultimate fashionista.
Yeah, that's fair.
Two people can never become one as long as the walls of mind and body exist. Not even if they're twins.
Are you sure about that?
Twins!
I know, it's such a cliche, right? I'm almost embarrassed to admit it. So basically, Mukuro and I had your stereotypical twin relationship. The older sister, tough and proud. That was Mukuro. The younger sister, smart and cute. That
Me! Junko fucking Enoshima! And together, we were the Despair Sisters, aka the Ultimate Despair!
Whoa! She's a totally different person now.
Like I said, I get bored easy as hell. I even get fucking bored with myself. But
She's
if
Mondo
you're twins,
now.
why do you have different last names? Oh, that again? You have any idea how many times people ask me that shit? Maybe it's new to your dumb ass, but it bores me to tears. Answering the same questions over and over? Just Just make up whatever answer you want. I don't give a shit. The truth's fucking lame anyway.
But if she was your twin, that means you killed your own sister?
And for reasons deeper and darker than the ocean. Ha! As if.
Well, I suppose I'd better explain. For my plan to work, someone had to be able to control the killing game from behind the scenes. The so-called mastermind had to operate Monokuma, keep an eye on everyone, things like that. But after looking at the situation, I determined it would be impossible for Mukuro to perform such duties. Because naturally, she turned out to be the letdown of the family, leaving me behind to run off and join some band of mercenaries. Such a disappointment. So, I decided to play the role of director and have her join the rest of you in your school life. I could have let her work alongside me, but she would have been useless to me that way. Besides, 15 students seemed like a solid number to start with. Of course, the fact that she was the ultimate soldier posed something of a problem. She had what I call the 3 atrocities: atrociously rank, atrociously filthy, atrociously repulsive.
Okay.
It was atrociously clear just how out of touch she was with the rest of society.
Okay.
Meanwhile, my ultimate fashionista status has an undeniable appeal that I didn't want to go to waste.
Okay.
And that's why you switched identities?
Okay.
Sadly, her inability to match my personality was even greater than I'd calculated. It was a lost cause. She was nothing more than a bit player, an extra unworthy of lines.
Okay.
Being the utter disappointment that she was, anyone would have expected her to get killed off right away. Which is precisely why I killed her, to meet everyone's expectations.
That can't be your only reason, can it?
Well, no, of course not. I also did it to avoid becoming bored.
Oh yeah. So now I guess.
I've never been a stickler for following a plan to the letter, you know? If I planned everything out and knew just what was gonna happen, that'd be so boring. So, I changed things just a bit and decided to use Mukuro to make a little point.
In other words, Mukuro's death was a one-sided, premeditated act of betrayal. Just as I suspected, when Mukuro was killed, she must have been as surprised as anybody else.
Most likely. Well, I mean, obviously, but. Yeah.
So, you figured it out?
That's rough.
Well, you're right. There's no way Mukuro could have pulled off such a convincing performance. But she did teach you all a very valuable lesson, don't you think?
Don't mess with
Don't
Monokuma.
talk like that. You sacrificed your own sister. How does that not even bother you?
What? I sacrificed her? That's what's got you so hot under the collar? Jeez, misunderstandings sure are scary. We were the ultimate despair, you know? So we never had any kind of hope or expectations. Nope, I felt despair as long as I can remember. Like I never should have been born at all. When I was born, I cried tears of total despair. So that's why for us, it's not a big deal whether we die or kill. We're just those kinds of people. We can do anything. We've always been filled with despair. So when we do something, we go all the way and live without regret.
I mean.
So you just murdered your own sister and didn't think anything of it?
This is something. I never expected this. Like. They were thinking. Gosh.
That's not true at all. We were twins. How could I not be sad?
Where do those mushrooms come from?
That's why it gets me so excited.
Huh?
Killing my precious sister with my own 2 hands. That act is filled with so much despair. You can't help but put a super in front of it. It's like super, 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 super despair. No, more than that.
Okay.
Super, 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 super despair.
It just feels
What's up with her
so
changing personality?
good.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Oh, that's what I'm
And my
saying.
sister too. In that moment of death, I think she must have felt that despair. After all, to be murdered by your own sister, and only as an example to someone else, she must have died feeling such excruciating hopelessness. I'm so jealous of her. Super jealous.
I knew you couldn't be just some ordinary person. You're some kind of abnormality.
Turning your own despair into some kind of fetish. Abnormality doesn't even begin to describe it.
That's just like, put him in the psych ward, dog.
Like, Genocide Jill is crazy for sure, but this is a whole nother level of nuts!
You're saying I don't compare to some lowly beast that can only kill the weak, right? So I'm hopelessly attractive, hopelessly brilliant, hopelessly athletic. I'm the hopelessly perfect ultimate human.
No. I don't think there's anything perfect about anything you just said.
Yeah.
Master's way more perfect. Because on top of everything else, he's got that noble blood.
Huh? Don't you mean had that noble blood?
What did you just say? What do you mean by that?
You still haven't figured that part out yet? Man, you guys are so slow! You haven't even solved all the mysteries, and yet here you are, yapping away!
Are you talking about our memories?
You've already solved this mystery, right? I'm the killer! So how about the next one? Maybe you should solve the riddle of your missing memories. Then you can start gloating!
Damn straight! That's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to solve all these mysteries. And then, we'll have our victory!
I can't wait!
Alright, then let's just get straight to the point. What memories did you steal from us?
When the group pictures were taken, and those interviews, it must mean... I got it! It must have something to do with our entrancing exams.
No fair! At least give us a hint!
Your brains are like sponges, all drippy and leaky. I already gave you a hint before. All the memories you lost share something in common with a few other things. Do you recall?
Thinking back to what Monokuma told us. The knives were stolen away from us. They must be related to the motives Monokuma came up with.
You're talking about the motives you provided to try and get us to kill each other, right?
So you do remember after all. Well, I would hope you wouldn't forget something so important.
Well,
It
everyone
was
else
stupid
did.
of me to even ask. I apologize from the bottom of my heart for my bad manners. So then, let me ask you another question. Did you notice that each motive I presented you had a specific theme to it?
A theme?
Yep, you got it. So that's my question to you all. When Sayaka was murdered, what was the theme of the motive I presented?
The theme. The dream they had all shared for the first murder. Human
I
connection.
got it! The driving force behind the motive you presented us with at that point was human connections.
Ding, ding, ding. You got it. Remember those DVDs I gave you guys? Each video showed the total destruction of your most important relationships. For example, your family. For example, your friends. I ruined all those relationships and showed you the results. It was to motivate your desire to escape and kickstart your urge to kill. But still, what a cruel thing to do.
You're the one that did it!
Yeah,
Yes, well, I'm perfectly happy to accept your disapproval.
sure you are.
Okay! Time for the next question!
Oh no, you're back.
So, what was the theme for the second motive?
Secrets, that would be. That was when we got those weird envelopes from Monokuma. I mentioned how I used to wet the bed. Theme was the past.
I got it! It was our past, right?
Yay! Makoto got it right again! That time, the theme was...
Things that happened in our past.
embarrassing memories and secrets! Yeah! And the whole reason Mondo did what he did was to protect his secret.
Yeah.
So, how long do you plan on dragging this out?
Relax, relax. Okay, on to the next question.
The third
So,
motive.
what was the motive for the third murder?
Wasn't that when Bird and Celeste turned to murder was going to buy a European castle and live there with a bunch of handsome men? That time it was greed.
I got it! It was money, wasn't it? Greed.
Seek and destroy! Hell yeah, you got it again!
Of course I did. I'm Makoto. I am the greatest detective
Goddamn
of all
straight it was
time.
money! Celeste killed Hifumi and Taka for a little personal gain. Her greed led to all kinds of death and destruction.
What's the point of all this? Why are you making us go through this case by case?
Don't worry, sweet cheeks. Just one more to go. Now, can you tell me the motive behind crazy-ass Sakura's crazy-ass death?
The motive in the case of Sakura's death was, what was it that made Sakura decide to kill herself? It had to do with Monokuma exposing Sakura's secret. Blackmail? Oh, okay. There's no doubt Monokuma tried to...
Shoot!
Betrayal?
I got it!
Yeah.
In her
okay.
case, it was betrayal.
Precisely. You see, once I revealed Sakura's betrayal, that led to everything that came afterwards.
Yeah.
Anyway, it looks like you answered all of my questions correctly. How painfully delightful.
But what's the point? What meaning is there in asking those questions now?
Relationships? Secrets? Money? Betrayal? These are all pretty standard motives, right? The most normal of normal. Totally middle of the road.
Yeah.
But of course, those aren't the only motives that exist in this world. In fact, there are as many reasons to kill as there are people on Earth. They compel humans to kill each other, bringing despair to the world.
Yeah.
This is what we refer to as the seed of despair.
Seed of despair?
Just as water, air, and food promote growth in living things, the seed of despair also needs nourishment.
Mm-hmm. Sorry that I'm not talking much. I am just in utter
that
shock right
nourishment
now. Not gonna
is
lie.
hope.
I'm
Despair
so
can
like,
grow only in the presence of hope.
I don't know, man. This is just crazy.
Two sides of the same coin, divided by a razor-thin line. Such is hope and despair.
Lean back in my chair just a tad bit.
How much longer is this stupid speech of yours? Weren't we discussing our missing memories? Why are you trying to change the subject?
I'm not sure that she is.
If you would listen, you would see I'm not changing the subject. We are discussing your memories. What I'm trying to say is, the seed of despair is closely tied to your own memories.
Yeah.
How so?
You see, by taking away your memories, I gave you hope.